Avant de commencer, Logan, je crois que tu as un statement que tu voulais nous lire. Alors, on t'écoute.
During an intimate moment with a young woman, I took a picture of us without her consent. I sent it to my teammates to impress them. It was totally irresponsible and a stupid act that I committed without thinking twice. For that lack of judgment on my part, I was fined by Swedish law. I know I caused a lot of harm to this person and their family, and I regret doing this stupid and egotistical act. I deeply regret it. What I did now is unfortunately a part of both her life and mine. I've apologized to her, but nonetheless, this will follow her for the rest of her life. And for that, I deeply and sincerely regret it. I know I had said that I did not want to be drafted this year, but as a young man who wants to become a better person, I feel that being accompanied by the Montreal Canadiens organization will help me greatly. They have committed to helping me grow as a person, and I thank them for this. I have already started my personal journey as I'm participating in professional counseling. I thank them for believing in me and giving me a second chance. I promise to not let anybody down. I want to use my personal story to be a part of the solution moving forward. Pendant un rapport intime avec une jeune femme, j'ai pris une photo de nous deux pour ensuite la partager sans sa consentement à des coéquipiers pour les impressionner. C'est un geste complètement stupide et irresponsable de ma part. J'ai agi sans penser. Pour cet énorme manque de jugement de ma part, j'ai été mise à l'amende pour la justice suédoise. Je sais que j'ai causé énormément de tort à cette personne et sa famille, et je regrette avoir commis cet acte d'immaturité. Je regrette profondément. Ce que j'ai fait, malheureusement, fait maintenant partie de sa vie et de la mienne. J'ai présenté des excuses auprès d'elle, mais ceci la suivra tout de même pour le restant de sa vie. Et pour cela, je regrette sincèrement mes actions. Je sais avoir dit ne pas vouloir être repêché cette année, mais en tant qu'un jeune homme qui cherche à devenir une meilleure personne, je sens qu'être accompagné par l'organisation des Canadiens m'aidera grandement dans mon cheminement personnel. Ils se sont engagés à m'aider à grandir en tant qu'être humain, et je le remercie. Dès lors, j'ai déjà entrepris des consultations avec des experts afin de m'aider à pleinement saisir l'impact de mes actions. Je les remercie également de croire aux deuxièmes chances et je promets de ne laisser tomber personne. Je veux utiliser mon histoire personnelle et faire partie de la solution à partir de maintenant. Merci.
Merci, Logan. Alors, on va prendre une première question. We'll start with Eric Engels.
Hey, Logan, I actually have two questions for you. The first is that the woman in this case has expressed to different outlets that she doesn't feel you're sincere in your apology. Do you feel there's anything you can do to reconcile that with her?
At this point, I just hope that she does know that I am sincere about this. I am really sorry. It's the dumbest thing I've ever done, and I know that it impacted her life. And I just hope that she knows how remorseful I feel and that I do feel sorry about it.
In making the decision and making the announcement you made earlier this week, and I know you just talked about already submitting to counseling for this, did you create an action plan that would enable you to prove to people, as you would hope, that you have matured and learned from this? And if you have, what exactly is part of that plan?
At this moment, I'm just continuing my counseling, and I don't have a plan set out specifically, but I know that in the near future, I'm definitely going to be doing some steps and taking some actions to sort of better myself and the community as much as I can.
We'll go with John Liu.
Hi, Logan. Further to what you're just discussing, if making amends is an appropriate and available step with respect to your victim, do you have plans to follow that avenue?
I mean, yeah, like I said earlier, I really hope that she does know how remorseful I feel. I have apologized to her multiple times, and I do hope that she does know how remorseful and how sorry I do feel about this whole situation.
Luc Gélina.
Merci, Paul. Good morning, Logan. That's a kind of a special situation because you let all the NHL teams that you want to pass on this year, but Montreal didn't respect your decision and draft you. And in Montreal, hockey is like a religion. So considering everything, what was your reaction yesterday when you learned that you get drafted by Montreal?
I mean, I think being in Montreal is definitely going to be big for me. I think being such a storied franchise as they are, I think they know what they're doing. They're going to be able to help me along my journey here of bettering myself as a person and my character. And I definitely think just being in Montreal is something that's going to be able to help me in the short term and long term.
Thank you. Good luck.
Merci. Jean-François Chaumont.
Hi, Logan. A little bit in the same angle that Luke. You said that you were hoping to not be drafted this year, probably hoping to rebuild your self-esteem and everything. And you end up in Montreal, probably the biggest market in the NHL. It's not Carolina, it's not Arizona, and you know that you're going to be talking about that story for more than a day. Is it a little bit scary at the same time? What do you think about the fact that you're going to be in the spotlight in a city like Montreal?
Yeah, I definitely think it's something that I hope I can take well. I hope the fans there do learn to accept me, and I do feel remorseful, and I hope that not only the girl but the whole fan base knows that as well. This was a stupid mistake that I made, an immature mistake, and I think being in Montreal at the same time, like I said before, I think it's going to be very good for me personally, on a personal standpoint, for my development as a character.
Merci, JF. Avec Marc-Antoine Godin.
Good morning, Logan. Two questions for you. First off, again, in regards to you asking not to be drafted, can you describe how the process went out with the Canadiens? When did they reach out to you, and how did they present the idea or their interest, despite what you had mentioned publicly on Tuesday?
I did not speak with them since I released that statement on Tuesday. So when I knew I got drafted is when everybody else knew. So I did post that statement, but like I said, I think Montreal is going to be very good for me.
Okay, and also, so you did not speak with anybody from the Canadiens. Okay, but after Tuesday, how often have you spoken to Marc Bergevin throughout that process?
I had multiple meetings, interviews, and meetings with Montreal throughout the year. But I mean, over the past week or so, since I released that statement, I haven't spoken with anybody. So it's been quiet on that front since then.
Julian McKenzie.
Logan, you have mentioned that you have apologized to the victim on a number of different occasions, but there is still that skepticism from a lot of fans about the sincerity about your apology. What do you have to say to fans who basically just feel that you're essentially not being sincere, and frankly, they might not even really believe you?
All I can hope for is that they do, and that they can trust me. I made a stupid mistake, and I think I have to earn back that trust. It's not something that should be given to me at all. I think that's sort of the reason why I came out with that statement on Tuesday, is that I felt that it was a right that I had not earned to get drafted in the NHL. And I do think being in Montreal, I want to further myself as a person and as an individual. And I hope that I can be a positive impact in the community moving forward. And I think that they'll be able to help me along those guidelines here.
And how does being in Montreal help your character going forward? You've mentioned that a number of times as well, but can you go into specifics on why being drafted by Montreal and why that's actually going to help out your character going forward?
I think that they have a great plan set up for me, or we're discussing a plan. We have been speaking about that moving forward. We don't have anything set right now, but I just know that they're going to be able to help me with that and sort of get me on the right track for sure.
Stu Cowan.
Logan, I'm wondering if you or your agent had any communications with Jeff Molson leading up to this draft, and just what your initial reaction was when you heard Marc Bergevin call your name.
I mean, I was not expecting it. I did not speak with anybody. I'm not sure who my agent spoke with prior to this pick in the past week. But I mean, like I said, I'm really focused on bettering myself as a person. And if Montreal can help me do that, then I think that'll be awesome for me.
What has your reaction been to the reaction from fans about the Canadiens selecting you?
I mean, obviously, there's a bit of mixed emotion there for sure. And like I said earlier, I think that I have to earn the trust of the fans. I want to be able to play in Montreal in front of all those fans and have them all cheering for me and be supporting me behind my back. So it's definitely something that I think that I have to earn. And that's something that I think I'm going to try to do.
Simon Olivier.
Good morning, Logan. I have two questions as well. You mentioned it that it's quite two versions. That 3 days ago you published a statement like you don't want to be drafted. 3 days later you are drafted, obviously. How did you change your mind about this? Because you said you didn't want to be drafted, you didn't feel you earned it or you deserved it, and now I guess you feel you deserve to be drafted. So how can you exchange this change of mind in only 3 days course?
I mean, like I said, I haven't said that I think I deserve to be drafted. Like I said in my statement, I do not think that I did earn the right to be drafted, but I just think my main goal is bettering myself as a person and as a character and as a community sort of standpoint moving forward. And so if that's going to be in Montreal, then I'm going to be looking forward to it.
And secondly, you spoke about what you've started like with a professional consulting and everything. Can you just maybe give a little bit details? When did you start this? I guess it's a therapy or this journey you're talking about. What have you made so far, and what does it look like for the next part?
Yeah, so I've been doing this for multiple months now. I've been meeting with a therapist, and I mean, she helps me go through just what's going on in my life and sort of how I can better myself moving forward here with this situation and just with myself, just with everything going on in my life. It's definitely something that has definitely helped me sort of stay level and be able to navigate my way through this journey.
And we'll finish this with Gemma Carson-Smith.
Hey, Logan, maybe this ties into the question about therapy, but is there something you've learned about yourself through this process that you keep saying you want to be a better person? What do you need to do to become a better person here?
I think over the past 8 months, just going through this, I think I've changed as a person a lot. I think I've changed a lot of character traits about myself. I look at situations differently. I look at things differently. I think differently about different situations. So I just think I'm more thoughtful now, and I'm more careful with everything. And I think that I care a lot more. And like I said, I'm more thoughtful, and I just hope that I can continue to better myself in different aspects moving forward.
And is there anything that you could do kind of like in the community, some way of giving back to show that you've really, like everyone says, you've learned your lesson here and that you're remorseful. How can you show that to the people who might be skeptical?
Yeah, I just think it's whether it's passing on sort of my story and my mistakes to sort of the next generation or to younger kids. I'd love to be able to use my platform to try and make some positivity out of a negative situation. So I think if I can help people to not make the same mistake that I did or something along those lines, then I definitely think that that'd be able to be a positive impact for sure.
Okay, Logan. Well, this is it. Merci beaucoup d'avoir été avec nous aujourd'hui. Thanks a lot for being with us today, and thank you for the media, for being here.
Merci tout le monde.
Okay, merci Logan. Bye-bye.